In this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the advanced hooks, such as 2.0 hook, 2.5 hook, and I'll also give you some tips on how you can work your way up to 3.0, 3.5, and beyond. Before you attempt to learn these tricks, you need to make sure that you have your 1.0 hook or hiramasa hook and your 1.5 hook completely mastered. So if you haven't already, go check out YoTricks tutorials on these two tricks. So to get started with the 2.0 hook, you're going to throw a breakaway. And from here, you're going to pull the yo-yo up and whip the string around. The string is going to go around both of your index fingers as if you're landing a 1.5 hook. But instead of hitting the front string and landing the yo-yo, you're going to bring your hands closer together and allow the slack to come around and land onto a hook on your non-throw hand index finger. From here, you can either drop to dismount both of your index fingers, or you can release the string on your index finger of your throw hand and roll off twice, where it goes into an undermount where you can bind. So a 2.5 hook is essentially the same as a 2.0 hook, but instead of hooking around your non-throw hand index finger, you're going to let the slack go around 1/2 rotation and land on your throw hand. I prefer to do it with the string going around my wrist the first time around, and that just gives the strings a little more space to land on the hook. But some people prefer to just do it around their index fingers, and that works too. So to dismount, you can just roll the yo-yo twice over both of your fingers, and then you can release the string and bind. So some tips that I have for both of these tricks are: when you first whip the string, you want to whip as hard as you can. That'll give the slack enough momentum to continue all the way around. The second tip I can give you is that as you start the first whip, when your throw hand comes past your non-throw hand, you're actually going to follow the direction of your throw hand with your non-throw hand, so that your hands are pretty much locked into the same distance away from each other, which is about, I'd say, 4 inches apart. Although when you're doing 2.0 hook, you might find that your hands will end up a little bit farther apart, and that's just because there's more string. So the next tip I can give you is to keep your elbows pointed inwards. This is to make sure that just your hands move as you're performing the trick, and not your entire upper arm. The next tip I can give you is to make sure you get the tempo right. And what that means is that as the slack's going around, you want to move your hands in unison with that motion, because if you're going too fast, you will actually not cause the slack to form, and if you're going too slow, the slack doesn't have enough time to actually go around and hook onto your fingers. So the next tip is that you want to, on 2.0 hook, keep your non-throw hand slightly lower than your throw hand. That will help you to land the trick a little bit easier, and vice versa on 2.5 hook, where your throw hand is a little lower than your non-throw hand. Finally, when you're doing this trick, it might help you to keep your fingers pointed slightly outwards rather than directly in front of you. This will just keep the strings on your fingers. This helps for some people. So once you've got these hooks down, you can try going for even higher hooks, such as 3.0, 3.5, and beyond. So just note that all of these same tips from the previous hooks apply to the upper echelons of hooks, just that these hooks have an extra rotation around your hands. So you want to make sure that you whip a little bit harder, you move your hands a bit faster, and you pull the yo-yo up a bit higher to give you more time as the string is going around. So that'll allow you to have enough time as the yo-yo falls to land the trick. So just remember that these tricks are insanely hard and they take a lot of practice. I remember before I landed 2.5 hook for the first time, I just thought this trick was impossible, that I would never ever be able to do this trick. But then once I landed it, I realized that it was possible and I started hitting it more and more consistently. So if you're feeling like these tricks are impossible for you, that you're not able to do it, just keep at it. And I know that if you put in the time and the effort to learning these tricks, you will eventually be able to hit them. And that's how you do advanced hooks. Happy feet. Wombo combo. That ain't Falco. That ain't Falco. Oh, 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 oh!